when I made my first communion in second grade, my godmother gave me a prayer card that said St. Kevin, and it had a little prayer of St. Kevin, and it said his feast day, June 3rd. So I started incorporating that into my personal feast days. But entering seminary, I found that the church actually has replaced the optional memorial of St. Kevin, June 3rd, with the obligatory memorial of St. Charles Lwanga and his companions. And it took me a long time to overcome the hurt of this, because where's my feast day? But the more that I've read about St. Charles and his companions, the more that they actually inspire me. In 19th century Uganda, King Mwanga was very fierce against the Christians, against the Catholics and Anglicans who would not rise up to his way of life, who would not deny the rituals that he wanted to partake in, those who wouldn't give in to sexual immoralities, but who wanted to live their lives in purity and chastity, those who wanted to love the Lord their God with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength. And so in the late 19th century, several of these men and women were martyred, were killed. But what I found very interesting is that the last martyrdom happened about 1895 or 1898, 1885 or 1889. And by 1890, there were over 10,000 converts to the Christian faith because of the blood of the martyrs. The blood of the martyrs being the seed of the church, an ancient saying that we hold true, that where someone pours out their blood for their faith in Jesus Christ, God takes that blood and grows new Christians, grows new faithful to rise up, not to take the place of those who are killed, but to continue the missionary impulse of the gospel. Our Jewish brothers and sisters multiple times a day will say this prayer, the Shema Israel. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. The Lord our God is Lord alone. The Lord our God is one. And it's that call that our Jewish brothers and sisters make multiple times a day to remind themselves to love God first and foremost in their lives. Today, through the intercession of St. Charles Lwanga and his companions, we ask for that grace in our own lives, that we would love God first and foremost, above all things, and that we would learn how to love our neighbor as ourselves, how to love the other because they are other, to willingly give up things for their good, to be selfless men and women. Today, as we continue with this Mass, we pray for our Ugandan brothers and sisters, for those who are celebrating St. Charles today, but we also pray for those around the world who are persecuted for their Christian faith. We remember them in our prayers, and we ask for them to have the perseverance they need to continue to live their life, that with God first, everything else falls into its natural place. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever.